Breaking news to anyone who wants to live and work in Canada, especially to our African brothers and sisters. This could be a great opportunity for you to be a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident in Canada. Sault Ste. has officially launched their Rural Community Immigration Pilot for 2025 for international job seekers just like you. This is a golden opportunity for you to move to Canada with your entire family without going through stress. The application window started on the 27th of April and it will be closing in November 2025. So whether you're a physician, a nurse, a contractor, an electrician, an engineer, there's opportunity for almost everybody. Do what to stick with me to the end of this video, and I'll be teaching you step by step how to apply, where to apply, and how to increase your chances of getting approval. I know most of you have never heard about Sault Ste., but it's one of the oldest settlements in Canada, Ontario, where you can find industries and companies there. Whatever your respectful profession might be, this could be a doorway to Canada permanent residency. I'm going to be taking you to my laptop, so get ready, get your pen and jotter or your notes, because this could actually change your entire life. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back on board. But if you are new here, do what to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment to support us for more insightful videos like this. Without much ado, let's get straight into business. Thank you for coming with me to my laptop and right here on the official website of Sault Ste. I don't know if it's the right pronunciation of this city. So over here on my screen, I have the job opening. So as you can see, the first job opening started on the 27th of April at 12 a.m. and with this one to be closing on May 10th, 2025. As I said in the beginning of this video, and when you come down here, it will be ending on November 2025. With this window, it will open on the 9th of November around 9 a.m. and it will close on November 22nd, 2025 around 11:59 p.m. It is something you should take note of. So if you know you are not really prepared and your CV is not ready yet, at least you put in the next application, which will be on 25th May, and that one will also end on the 7th of June, and it goes like that. And another opening will start on June 22nd and also end on July 5th. July 20th, another application window will be open again and will end on August 2nd. This job opening is something you really need to take note of, because they have opening periods. It is not just like any time at all you can just go and apply. You need to take very good note of this job opening, because it's very, very essential. Let's move to priority occupation. In other words, people that or profession that are actually qualified to apply for this. So number one, we have mechanical engineering, we have electrical and electronics engineers. So if you're an electrician, this could be a very good advantage for you. We have drafting technologies and technicians, we have mechanical engineering technologies and technicians, we have electrical electronics engineering technologies and technicians. Basically, if you are in this profession, you know specification and what they're actually talking about. We also have pharmacy technician, we have registered nurse and registered psychiatric nurse. So if you're a nurse, or better against psychiatric nurse, this could be a very, very good advantage, because these professions are actually in high demand. That is why they are employing people through the Rural Community Immigration Pilot, so that they can get people moving into their community to work. We also have licensed practical nurse, so basically just something like general nurse. We have personal support worker, we have therapists, counseling related specialists. We also have social community service workers, we have early childhood educators and assistants. So if you're a teacher, this could be a good advantage for you. So if you look sharp. We also have contractors, we have supervisors, machining, we have metal forming. If I might not be wrong, perhaps that is welding. I'll stand to be correct anyway. We have sharpening, erecting trees, and related occupations. Listen, there's a whole lot of opportunities here. I'm looking for common opportunities that, so for example, when you come down here, we have guest service supervisor, we have security guard supervisors. So from here, I would like us to move to qualification, what you need to have to qualify for this job opportunity, even if you are not living in Canada. So let's move to the general requirement that you need to have. Now, take note that every job, or if you're a nurse, there's a specific requirement they'll be requiring for you in respect of the tax you'll be doing for your employer. So that one is different, but this is a general requirement. So if you tap on this work, or if you go to the employer profile, that's where you see that, oh, my employer wants this specification, so I should be able to show it in my resume and CV. With this one, we are going for the general requirement for every single applicant. So, eligibility criteria. So it says, to be eligible for rural community migration pilot program, you must meet all these requirements. You must have a valid job offer. Basically, you should have a job from an employer who is actually in Sault Ste, not any different province in Canada. So it also said to prove your language ability. So that's where IELTS comes in. When you come down here, it says have a Canadian education criteria or a foreign equivalent. So if you studied in Canada, cool for you. But if you didn't study in Canada, study in Africa or any other country, you should have your certificate equivalent to that of Canadian own. One thing you should also take note is, by all means, you need to evaluate your certificate. But if you're a doctor, Canada has a board that actually check their certificates if you are really certified. So coming down here, you should have the intent to live in the community, which is basically like full-time because you are an international job seeker, your job offer in the community and the economic needs of the community, your work experience and skill set, your ties to the community. So you should have something to show that, oh, I want to live in the community, I want to work in the community, and I actually want to also stay in the community with my family. One thing they are trying to tell you is you have a job offer from an employer who is listed on this their portal, and also the job you got, it's one of their priority list. So it's not any type of job. If you have a job which is not in their priority list, you won't be selected for this pilot. Work experience. So it says that you must have at least 1 year or 1,560 work hours or related work experience in the past 3 years. Over here, it says job offer, and as I was saying already, you need a job offer. It says that the job you are offering must be within the boundaries of your community. So basically, as I was saying already, you can have a job in, let's say, Windsor and apply for this program. Your job offer must be in their community, and it says that full-time, at least 30 paid hours per week. So you should be able to move there full-time. Also, non-seasonal. So the job you are also searching for shouldn't be a seasonal work. It still fall under full-time. So they want people who have the intent to actually move and settle there permanently. That's why they were talking about ties to Sault Ste. So you should be willing to move there with your family to get your permanent residency. Your work experience must be at least level related to the National Occupation Classification into bracket NOC training education experience. So if you tap on this, it will actually send you to where you can actually check your skill level. But if you're an international job seeker, yours is actually different. So if you're an international student, let's say you are schooling or you're done with school in Canada and you want to take an advantage of this, it says that an eligible credential in program of 2 years or longer. What they are trying to say, at least you studied for 2-year full-time program. So maybe your school is actually in the community and you were studying there you need this qualification. Let's actually move down here to check the language requirement. I actually want to brush you through it very quickly. So with the language requirement, I was talking about language proficiency. So you need to have a certain level of English or French to apply for permanent residency. This level depends on the type of job offer you have to prove your language skills. So by all means, you need to have a language proficiency. So if you speak French, if you speak English, you are all welcome to Sault Ste. So schedule your tests with an approved agency, pay test course. You can take any of these approved language tests, which is actually IELTS, International English Language Testing System. So for this, it's common in almost all the countries, but they are giving you three types that you can actually take. So PTE, CELPIP, whatever, Canadian English Language Proficiency Index Program. So you can take any of these. So I know most African countries or a lot of places, the common one is IELTS. So take advantage of that. If you speak French, you rather need to take TEF or TCF. They actually have a test code and there's a way you check it. I'll be doing a video about how to actually check your test score, but this video is not about that. You can also do a little research about that. And when you come, you say educational requirements. So these are for people who actually schooled in Canada. But as international job seekers, let's scroll down here. Over here it says for education outside of Canada. So an education credential assessment. So you can come and assess your credentials right here. It is actually clickable. So report from designated organization or professional body that is less than 5 years old the date you apply. So you need to evaluate your certification. Some of you has already evaluated your certification already. If it is more than 5 years ago, then you need to do another one. It should actually be between 1 to 5 years. It shouldn't exceed 5 years since you evaluated your certificate. Shows you completed a foreign credential equal to Canadian secondary school into bracket high school diploma or Canadian post secondary certificate diploma or degree. Let's go to professional bodies regulated certain jobs or industries. So for doctors, your certificate evaluation has to go to Medical Council of Canada. So these are for only doctors. So if you're a professional doctor, that is where your certificate needs to be evaluated and properly assessed, because you carry a very important role. So if you're a pharmacist and you didn't have your education in Canada, you also have to go to Pharmacy Examination Board of Canada. If you tap on it, you'll send you there for them to evaluate your certificates for you. By all means, you need to pay a little fee to continue with something like this. So if you move down here, it says that settlement funds. So this come to proof of funds. I actually made a video about how to build your own bank statement. They are trying to tell you that if you want to move into their community, at least you should have money to take care of yourself, maybe a month to rent before you get your first pay, because these people, they are not going to pay you for you to move, but they are going to help you with the process and everything for you to relocate, but they are not going to give you money. So at least you should have money to settle in the country. So let's read what they have there. Say, unless you are already working legally in Canada, when you apply, you must prove you have enough money to support yourself, and also say, and any family member while you get settled in your community. If you are moving with family and all of that, so when you are checking your closing balance, when you are printing out your bank statement, you should know. When you are going along with your wife and children, you should know the amount of money you need to have your bank account, else they could stand on such grounds to deny you this opportunity because of your bank statement issues. When you click over here, it will send you to the funds you need to have to settle there. One advice I keep telling people is, even if they say one person need to have 5,000 Canadian dollars, do well to have extra of that. And it's very good, because they see that this person have enough funds to actually move. And if you come down and say you intend to live in the community, so by all means, as I said previously, you should have the intent to live in the community. So one may ask, how do I apply? I'm still on the official website of Sault Ste, of which I'll be leaving the link in the description bottom. Right here, they have a lot of job opportunities for almost everybody. Make sure you enter the specific category type of job you are looking for. So let's say you are looking for healthcare work, you can toggle on. Let's say you are looking for business, finance, administration, you can toggle it on and it will bring any related job to it. Let's just randomly open any of the job opportunities here and go through it so that you have a fair idea of how to actually go through the process. Over here we have something like registered early childhood educated, something relating to healthcare. So let's right click on it right there. An interface like this will pop up on your screens. Registered early childhood educators. Remember, I already told you that they have general requirement and they have specific job requirement. So with this one, as a registered early childhood educator, you have a specific requirement of which you need to show and prove it in your resume and CV when you are writing it. One thing you should also take note of is Canada has their own style of resume and CV style, so you need to generate your CV in that style. Don't go and generate any type of CV just like that. It's very important, else your application might not even reach a human being for him or her to access. A robot will just clear it out of the system. Let's brush through quickly so that this video will be a little bit short. So for this job, let's check the salary. They are going to pay you 24 Canadian dollars per hour, so you can exchange it in your currency rates and see if it's worth it or not. Your working days will be Monday to Friday, which eventually that's a full time. Your start date is as soon as possible, which means they need these people as soon as possible. And for this job, you have your core responsibilities that you need to follow. So you need to read these core responsibilities and use them to write a professional CV. Some of the responsibilities are treating each child with dignity and respect, assisting each child with becoming more aware of their world as integral member of a group. So read these core responsibilities and stand on these core responsibilities to generate a strong and powerful and convincing CV or resume, whatever you might choose to call it. So required skills, which is your education and training, early childhood education diploma, at least you should have diploma, maybe 3 years of it equivalent. And as you can see, your required skills, education and training, early childhood education diploma. I won't go all over that. Another thing too is that when I went through the general requirement, I just brushed through them. So do what to take your time, don't be in a rush, and read all the requirements step by step and have a proper understanding of it. If you don't understand anything, you can leave a comment in the comment section, or I'll do what to respond to it respectfully. Over here, it tells you how to apply. You can read all about that. And if you want to apply, you have to submit your application to allison.water@sami.ca. So that is where you have to go and submit your application. Some other job postings might not give you a link like this to click on it. They will leave a portion for you to go directly and apply, and over there you enter your email, your name, your postal code, your phone number, your house address, blah blah blah. And after they ask you to upload your CV and everything, then you upload. Then after that one, you are good to go. And after everything, when you are being shortlisted, you will be called for an interview, and during the interview they'll ask you a series of questions. Do what to answer that professionally. Over here they say application deadline, posting to remain open until position filled. Only those selected for an interview would be notified. So if you are not selected for an interview, you won't be notified. And as I'm currently speaking, it simply means that application is open and is still ongoing. If you are healthcare, if you qualify for some of this job, do well to put in your application swiftly. If you need more information, you could right click here and read more about this job posting, which is very, very important. I'll be talking more about different communities in respect of the rural community immigration pilot. Do well to subscribe to this channel and stick with me for more insightful videos like this. Let me take you back and show you something right here that if you are really serious and you need this job, you need to take advantage of it. So if you come here, it says social media, so which means they're on Facebook, they're on YouTube, they're on Instagram, and they're on LinkedIn. So if I were you, I will go and follow them. I'll check them up on YouTube. I'll check them up on Instagram. When I click on it, it will take me straight to Facebook. It will take me to YouTube. Go and subscribe. If there's any new updates, even if you don't apply this year, next year, whenever you are ready, these people will keep notifying you, because it's not everybody who will come to this website to come and check and see whether this or that. But if you follow them on their social media handle, in case there's any new update, you'll be the first person to get notified. And I think ideally it is actually the best to follow them on their social media handles. But before you go, I'll be leaving the link in the description. Check it up. If you have any questions, anything at all, you could leave it in the comment section. But if you want a one-on-one consultation with me, I've left a link in the description where you can book an appointment with me for us to have an insightful dialogue in respect of anything relating to travel or immigration. If you are planning to put in any application very soon, I wish you all the best, and I pray next year by this time you'll be in Canada with your family. All the best in your application, and see you on the other side. So there you have it, a golden opportunity from one of Canada's oldest and historic cities. This is not just about getting a job, it is about relocating to a country that values your dream, skills, and culture. It is now left unto you to put in an application and make a move now. Anyway, which way, my name is Jakut. Do well to subscribe to this channel for more insightful videos like this, only if you find value in this video. I am out.